Would it be fair to say most of this will be in a commercial installation of one type or another, where speed and that, that
when we launched
efficiency?
this product, I had the idea that it would be a do-it-yourself product. Well, I was wrong. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm wrong. So it happens.
Bas, I can't believe it.
People who buy a floor and spend $3,000, $4,000, they still want it to be installed by a qualified installer. Commercial installation, to answer your question, is a big market share. But the multi-home market is a big market as well, because the product has some other big benefits.
Multifamily.
Yeah, because the IIC rating, the acoustical value of this product is higher than any other product in the market.
Because it is rubber, as you mean.
Because it is rubber. And rubber has a lot of sound deafening properties by itself. I told you in the beginning when we started talking that it is an open cell product. It's not a moisture barrier. The open cell product actually creates what they call sound chambers. Normally when you have sound, it wants to go down. When you create sound chambers, the sound actually flattens itself out. So it stays above the floor instead of going through the floor.
Okay.
That's a big advantage. So that's why it's also a multi-family home product for residential.
Are you finding that they're using hard surface more in multifamily?
Yeah, definitely. Resilient. Everybody knows it's the market. It's the resilient market, the LVT market. 5 years ago, everybody was looking with big question marks. Now everybody calls it has to be resilient. It has to be resilient. What's the next step? Carpet tile. Carpet tile is coming back strongly. Now we go in market philosophy.
I always thought it would have a home in the residential arena. Multifamily would seem to be a really good idea to me, and I think there's some design aspects to it that would make it attractive. And I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it seems like a wise idea to me.
Well, it's all about speed again. People want to get things done fast. If you read the magazines, you listen to what the people from the big companies, Mohawk and Mannington, tell you.
Yeah.
Everything has to go faster and faster and faster. So that's why we are 100% sure, and actually the market proves that our product is and will be successful.
How long have you been offering this here in the United States?
The product itself is offered since July. It has been offered by another company before, but they had a different and, in my opinion, a wrong market approach. We believe that this product has to be sold through distribution to reach a big group. You can try to sell a product yourself to the small retailer, the retail organizations, but then it takes you a lot longer. We also believe that distribution has its place in this market, especially for a product like this. When you bring a new product and you want to reach a big group of people, we don't have, and I never want to have 55 salespeople in just one region. If I take the second largest distributor in the US, they have 55 salespeople and they cover 7 or 8 states. I can never do that by myself. So we offer this product through distribution. We're talking to some manufacturers. One of the humps we run into is that the manufacturers have to endorse, approve the installation method. I've showed it to several of the adhesive manufacturers, and they look at it with big eyes. It's a product what they follow, because it's a kind of competition and it's new.
Oh, for sure it is.
The market is good now. The market is open for new products. If I would have done this 3-4 years ago, I would have had a big struggle because nobody wanted to invest or look even at new products. We were all covering our bases and protecting our little houses, and now we are looking into, okay, what can we do? Can we make a little investment? Can we make things better? And the market is always demanding better and faster. And
well, it seems like an awfully good idea. And it's one of those ideas where you wonder, how come somebody hasn't done this before?
Well, it is done before because the installation method has been out there for 12 years. The product is sold in the UK for 12 years. The product is sold in Australia since 2010. It's sold in South Korea since 2011. So the product has been out there. The US market was just not ready for it. The US flooring market is relatively traditional, but we're also, I think, in time frame where, with all respect, because I'm an older guy myself, but where older people are replaced by guys coming out of university and who want to look at different things.
Yeah.
And they have to prove themselves in the industry, so they are open for new ideas and new ways of even installing a floor as well.
What kind of reaction have you been getting to this?
Everything. From crazy to the best thing after the cookie cutter. Seeing is believing, which I like to do. You just go on your knees and you do a demo and you say, well, this is what it is.
That's what you do when you're making a presentation, you get down and...
That's what I'm a hands-on guy, so I just take a roll and take the material. Seeing is believing. And you just show people.
We'll have you do that. Now, what about expertise? What about somebody specifies this in a particular job? What does the installer need to know up front before they tackle a job like this?
What they have to do is go to our website, spend about 5 to 8 minutes and watch a YouTube video where the whole installation is explained with a beautiful English accent. The videotapes are made in the UK, and that's where the guys, that's where the product was found. So they have done this from day one on, and they're great people. So we didn't want to change this and make it a Southern American accent.
Well, I think that'd be a hit over here, I think.
So the experience is that people like the accent in the US, so we kept it that way. But if you watch the video, then it's perfectly explained how to install a floor. And then there are a few little tricks where every installer works their own way, and I've had people say, you have to do it this way, that's the best way, and then they come at a guy in Asheville and he said, nope, I'm not going to do it your way, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to sit on the floor while I install it. If you feel comfortable with it, it's something what is possible with this installation method, so do it that way. And there are other little things like, one of the unique properties with this product is the adhesive is pressure sensitive. So when you put a board, a plank or an LVT board down, and you don't put pressure on it, it doesn't stick to the underlayment. As soon as you put pressure on it with your hand, it sticks. When you have a door jamb, then you have an issue because your adhesive is exposed. You cannot slide that board anymore. When you spray a little bit of water with a plant spray or a mister on the product, it actually deactivates the adhesive for 2 minutes. So you can slide your board in place, and within 2 minutes the adhesive kicks back in.
So it's forgiving. You can...
The moisture actually evaporates, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's just one of those little tricks where you find it on the website. All these things are... We have what we call the golden rules and the do's and the don'ts, and that's all on the website.
When you've introduced this to installers, what reaction do you normally get first?
Skeptical.
Okay.
Very skeptical. We did an
Are they threatened by it?
They are actually, yes, because they think that they lose income. And then you explain them. So one of the nice things is my wife calls me a gypsy, and I'm traveling all over the country doing those demos. We did 3 weeks ago, I was in Houston, and we did a floor replacement for a customer there. And we had 14 installers, a few guys of the local distributor there, all present in the house. Moisture dripping from the window, that's how much moisture there was in the house, so that was the biggest problem. We actually installed a 6mm poly sheeting, the Visqueen. They installed this product on top of it. Then I started to help them and explain them how to install the wood floor on top of it. The fun part was, within about 5 minutes, I had one of the installers sitting beside me and working with me. 15 minutes into the job, I walked out and the installers were just fighting over who could do the next few rows of installation because they wanted to try it themselves. And they saw it's clean, so they didn't get dirty. They were like, wow, I can go and wear my suit when I do an installation, and I still come home and I can go out for a dinner, for example. So getting the installers on their knees and explaining them how it works gives them the confidence, and then they just start working with it. Then I explained them and said, listen, it's not about what you get paid. Yes, you can do more square foot per day. So look at it this way. If you get, most of the installers get paid by the square foot. So yes, you can now install 30-40% more, you don't have to reduce your installation cost, that stays the same. You just make more money because you can install more floors. Or you can finally have a family life. You can spend some time with your wife and your children instead of losing money.